What's up, guys? Have you ever seen an ex and been like, damn, they fell off? I've actually had a few exes like that where I'm like, I'll see them and I'll be like, damn, what happened to you? I've had exes that got really fat. I've had exes that got really skinny. I've had exes that are gay now. I've had exes that are now transgender. I'm just playing, no. But this is just one of my encounters with one of my exes that really fell off. I was in the Walmart one day, shopping for groceries. Honestly, I wasn't really shopping for groceries. I just wanted some Cheez-Its because I have like a strange obsession with Cheez-Its. So I went and I got like 3 full boxes of Cheez-Its. So I'm going to check out and I look at one of the lines and I see a girl and she looks really familiar. And in my head, I'm like, that's no way that's who I think it is. And the more that I looked at her, the more that I realized that it was exactly who I thought it was. She was my ex girlfriend from middle school. Bearing, I don't know how many people actually count middle school relationships, but she was my ex girlfriend from middle school. The more and more I looked at her, the more I realized that she was on something, whether it was crack, whether it was meth. I don't know. I don't know too much about drugs and the adverse effects that they have on your body, but I could tell that she was strung out on something. So what happens is I want to avoid her. So instead of going to the line where she's in, I go to another line, which is probably about 4 aisles down. Now I get to this line to check out, and apparently her crack sense started tingling because she felt the need to come exactly to my line to get a bag of chips. And she notices it's me. She comes up, "Oh my God, hey Troy, how you been?" Da 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 da. And she begins to talk to me. And I tried to listen, but I was too distracted by the fact that she was lumped up. Like she had 2 really big lumps on her forehead, as if she got into a headbutt match with a ram, or maybe she was just growing horns and she was like the devil's daughter or some shit like that. Also, she kept spitting on me because she was missing like this tooth right here, and she kept spitting on me. Another thing was her voice was really deep and raspy. Her voice and my voice were pretty much the same tone. So as she's talking, she tries to tell me about her boyfriend. Her boyfriend who brings in 500K a year. Her boyfriend who is currently in New York on business. And she told me about the car he drove. I kind of stopped listening because I was like, really, bitch? Really? Like, I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. So, yeah. So she basically just beefs this guy up and makes him sound like the ultimate catch. And then she asked if I was single. And I said yes. And then as soon as I said I was single, that's when her whole demeanor changed. And she was like, oh, well, we should hang out. So she starts nagging me to hang out and to kick it and to chill or whatever. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that because, your boyfriend, you got a good guy, and, he probably takes care of you. And I'm not even going to be around for long, so you might as well stick with him. But she keeps nagging me and asking me, oh, we should hang out. Oh, what's your number? We should text. We should talk. Da 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 da. And I'm like, and every time she's asking me, I keep saying no. Mind you, I'm still in this line at Walmart trying to check out. So I go up to the register, give the lady my box of the Cheez-Its, and she rings me up, and I get my change. Funny thing was, I half expected her to ask me for my change to help her drug addiction or whatever she was on, but no, she didn't. She just proceeded to follow me to the parking lot. So I'm walking through the parking lot, and she's following me. Oh, we should hang out. We should chill. I'm like, no, your boyfriend wouldn't like that. And she keeps asking, and then finally I'm just like, okay, what's your number? So I take her number down and I text her. But what I did was I text her from an app. It's called Pinger. It gives you a fake number. So you can text them and they get an actual number, but it's not a real number. So they can't call it, but they can text it back. So I texted her and she had the number in her phone. And then she proceeded to text me back 27 goddamn times. I think it's safe to say that she got the point that I wasn't going to hit her back. Now, the funny thing about it was that was the first time that I'd ever been dumped by her in middle school. So it kind of hurt when I got dumped. I'm not gonna lie. It was like the first time for everything. So it was my first time, and I was like, damn, that kind of hurt. But seeing her now, I was just like, damn, where would I be if I was still with her? I mean, maybe I could have saved her from herself, but I mean, I'm not a miracle worker, so I don't think I could have. And it was funny because every time that she would send me a text, I was tempted to say, thank you for helping me dodge a bullet and breaking up with me. I really appreciate it. But I'm not that big of an asshole. I mean, so I guess the moral of this story is always keep pinger for bitches you don't want to have your number.